Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be making an Instagram bot that will automatically post stock updates for us by pulling some data from the web and then posting it via script to our Instagram account, which we have down here in the left corner. Um, so really this comes in two parts. One part that I already kind of understand how to do and another part that I didn't really know how to do at all going into this. So the first part is pulling that data from the web that we want to post and getting a screenshot of that, getting a picture of it. I knew that Selenium had a um, way to screenshot the page as you see it. Um, so that's what we're doing over here. So this is this test file, which I was working with because testing the whole thing at once, you only get a certain number of requests, and then Instagram will block this API from doing anything. Um, so starting out, we've got this code right here. Some new libraries that we're using we haven't used before. So we're using Selenium as our web browser like we have in the past. And then we're importing this Aspos Words, which is an image editing library, and same with this PIL, which is Pillow, also an image editing library. So you're going to notice, we're going to talk through this real quick. We've got the normal stuff opening up our web page here, which I'm using this Market Movers, which has the top 100 moving stocks of that at that time, whether it's gaining or losing. And then here is something a little different. We're setting the window size to 1080 by 1080. That's the size of an Instagram post. It's a little bit easier to do that here than to do it later. However, I still have this here later for some redundancy if I decide to change something up top later. Also, you got to be careful with this. If you're browsing in a different size window and then you resize it to 1080 by 1080, it's going to experience some distortion, which is kind of annoying. So we've got finding our top moving stock, which is this one right here. We're getting that text element. If I scroll over here, you'll see at the very end .text. So we're getting the name of that stock, and then we're just going to the page, which is that stock's chart. Once we get there, we're scrolling down 220 pixels. This was kind of a guess and check. I was just kind of going through, trying different values there until I got kind of the screenshot that I wanted. And then we're getting that screenshot and saving it as current top mover.png. Then we're moving into this Aspos Words, which what this is allowing us to do is change this PNG to a JPEG, which is what Instagram prefers. And there's some issues with the back end of what I'm using to upload to Instagram. You'll see it when we run the code later. But making it into a JPEG just makes it a little bit smoother, less likely to have issues during that upload. And then the last thing we're doing is we're just keeping it the same name. We're just changing it to 1080 by 1080. And this part's important. We're converting it to RGB instead of RGBA. So PNGs come with RGBA, and the A is a transparency value, which JPEG doesn't support. So we have to change that to the RGB so that Instagram will accept it. So that's part one, pretty much sorted. Kind of already had some background on how to do that, so that wasn't too hard. Definitely going to expand on it later and get some more stuff going, but we'll do a quick run of that real quick just to give you an idea, and we'll look at the files then as they populate. Test.py. So I got to give it a second. I have some sleeps in here that's just allowing the page to make sure the page loads completely. And also right now for demonstration, I have this headless mode turned off so we can see what it's doing. So it scrolls down, it's going to get this screenshot here and then close the driver. And then if we look at this current top mover.jpg, we have this screenshot right here, which this is what we're going to upload with a little caption to Instagram. So that's a check in the box for part one of what we need to solve. So moving on to part two, we need to be able to take that screenshot. As you can see, I've already done it successfully here on my Instagram in the bottom corner. We need to take that screenshot and send it to Instagram with a caption. All right, hey guys, sorry about that awkward cut there. I realized when I pulled up this code that I still had my full password in from testing it. But as we were saying, so we're using this Instabot library here, so we need to import that. There are some issues with it, but they can be kind of remedied through some little bit of extra work on our end, which I'll show in a minute here. But it's actually fairly simple. Even though it's slightly out of date, it still works fairly well, and it only requires a couple lines of code to actually upload a photo to Instagram, which is pretty great because we don't have to do a lot of work on our end. So we're creating this instance of it here and then logging in with your username and password. all of the code in the middle here is all the same stuff that we did in this test of pulling the image and getting that ready to be uploaded. The only difference here is we're doing this headless mode true on this one. The last one we were watching it actually execute just to see, make sure the window looked right, make sure we were scrolling to a good spot on the page. But we're making this headless now because we kind of want to be able to run this in the background continuously and upload a couple images per day during the trading day of like top moving stocks and see what's going on. So now, the only other thing you need to do with this Instabot is this bot.uploadPhoto call. And you put in your image here, JPEG, and then our caption. You can see for my caption, I'm using the current top moving stock is, and then appending that ticker for the stock that we got up here when we pulled it from the web page originally. Then this last part here, this is another thing that's an issue with the Instabot. If a config file already exists, which you can see I have one up here, if it already exists, you have to delete it. If one exists when you go to run it, it'll crash immediately. So we just have this at the end here. If there's a file, if there's a config folder, we're just removing it at the end of the run so that the next time it runs, it doesn't crash immediately. So if you don't have that, what you need to do is just go ahead into here and delete that every time you run it if you don't put this in your code, which is slightly annoying, but this kind of remedies it, makes it so we don't have to always do that. So now we're going to go over here. I'm going to go ahead, put my actual password back in, and then we will run this whole thing and go down here. You can see I deleted my post from before, so we're going to run the whole thing again and check it out. So I'll be right back once I change the password back. All right, so we're back. I have changed my password back to my actual password, so we should be able to run this now and check out what it does. So you can see it's starting the connection right there, successfully logged in, true. Now it's going to go ahead and go through the rest of the code. It's pulling that data right now in the background. We can't see the browser because we have that headless mode on. This is an error that I've seen pretty consistently pop up. It doesn't actually crash anything or cause it to not work though, so we just kind of are ignoring that for now. Definitely going to look into getting this functioning a little bit more smoothly in the future. You can see right here there's a depreciation warning. This find elements by XPath is kind of being phased out. I actually tried switching to this new call right here, which is this find elements, and then you put by XPath value and then put the XPath, but that wasn't working, so I ended up just going back to the depreciated version, and we'll work on kind of cleaning things up later, but I just want to demonstrate the functionality of this right now. So it found our image right there, and now we should just have to wait a second and it will be uploaded. Okay, and there we go. So photo current mover.jpg is uploaded. So now if we go back over to our Instagram, nothing here right now, click this refresh button, and there we go. We have our image uploaded right here, the chart that we wanted to pull, and this caption on it. So pretty cool. If you want to see real-time progress of this project, I'm going to keep updating it, try to make it a little bit smoother and get it running continuously. Go ahead and you can check out this Instagram account. I'm going to be posting stuff to this via the bot continuously. And also check out the website, check out the YouTube channel. We'll be posting some follow-ups to this as we get it running kind of in a loop. And yeah, and if you enjoyed the video, appreciate a like. And I will see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.